Ooh, some things you can't refuse. She wanna ride me like a cruise, and I don't wanna lose. You'll be left in the dust, 'cause I'm stuck by ya. You're a sunflower. Think your love would be too much. It's left in the dust, 'cause I'm stuck by ya. You're a sunflower. You're a sunflower. Hey, thanks for checking out this guitar lesson for Sunflower by Malone and Swae Lee. I think I pronounced that right. Either way, let's just get right into it. There are 4 chords you need to know. The first chord is D, and I play that with index finger on the 2nd fret of G, ring finger on the 3rd fret of B, and middle finger on the 2nd fret of high E. The next chord you need to know is G. I play that in this song with middle finger on the 3rd fret of low E, index on the 2nd fret of A, ring on the 3rd fret of B, and then pinky on the 3rd fret of high E. The next chord is E minor. The way I play this one is middle finger on the 2nd fret of A and ring finger on the 2nd fret of D. And so those are the 3 main chords you need to know. Then there's just this one chord that I kind of fit in between. I'll show you in the strumming pattern. But anyway, the chord is A. This chord goes by really quickly in the strumming pattern. So the way I'm going to play it is just, I take my index finger and I press it over the 2nd fret over D, G, and B. And when you play it in the song, it's going to sound kind of quick on an upstroke, like. Speaking of which, let's get into the strumming pattern. So it starts just with a downstroke on 1, and then another downstroke on the end before 3. So that means you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's the first measure. And then the second measure, it's similar, but instead of putting a downstroke right on 1, it's on the end after 1. So it's 1 and 2 and 3. And then I have one more chord, this is where the A comes in, and I put it on the end after 4. So right before you get to the next measure, you play an A chord, upstroke. So it sounds like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So yeah, take your time with that. Play it slowly until you get it, and if it makes it easier, you don't have to play that A chord. You can play the whole song like that, it'll be beautiful, but if you want to play that little picking part, I'll teach that real quick. So the pre-chorus has this picking part, and it's just D to G, and then you go into the chorus. So let's get into how you play it. So this is just the chord. I'm going to get into the picking next. So you start off playing D normally, and then at this point you let go your index finger on G. Play open G. You're going to play that twice. And now we move on to G, and the only fingers you need for this is middle finger on the 3rd fret of low E and ring finger on the 3rd fret of B. So that's how you start. Where you took your finger off before, now you put your index back on the 2nd fret of G. So the way I pick, some people pick differently, but the way I do it, it's just thumb and index. So I start with my thumb on the D string, and then I have my index plucking the G. So it goes thumb on D, index on G, back to thumb on D, and now I have index on B. And then I just move my index down back to G. So it goes. And And then I do a very similar plucking pattern for G. But now, instead of being down here on the D string, my thumb is up here on low E. And then the rest is the same. Ooh, some things you can't refuse. You wanna ride me like a cruise, and I don't wanna lose. You'll be left in the dust as I stuck by you. You're a sunflower. Think your love would be too much. It's left in the dust as I stuck by you. You're a sunflower. You're a sunflower. So yeah, that's the song. If you guys have any more questions or comments, just leave them down below. And make sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be putting out lessons every week. And make sure to check out the poll so you can vote on next week's lesson. Alright, thanks guys.